Morning. So, last night we took another little spill like we've done the last few, or actually the night before. Not as bad, not as big as that one, right? I mean, some of these overnight moves are big. This one, the night before, top bottom, that was 13 points on the S&P. Last night, top to bottom was 99 down to 87 to 12, right? I mean, these are not small moves. Yet, the market starts climbing back up, which is kind of typical. It doesn't want to fall over. So it's the same ranges. I mean, nothing's changed, right? You still got the resistance up here, kind of got the middle there, support down there. You're almost in the middle of the range, more towards the top than the middle. If I look at the NDX, of course, now it's moved out of that range that we had, right, and is up here testing the top now. Let's pull this back and get a daily up. So that is the breakdown bar, 44.38, and we're trading right underneath it right now. So if you wanted to add in a couple bars, we'd put them in right up at the top. It looks like there's nothing else up there. So yesterday's high, 44.59, and the high over here, which is 44.72. That's where you'd have to be looking. So, I can't get excited about this market. It doesn't want to fall, but it's going to have a hell of a time getting higher. And so it's just kind of crawling around. I took a short out yesterday, I told you about, and yeah, it's up a little bit this morning. I may close it, the SPXU, and just take the small profits that are there. It's just, I don't see a huge advantage to doing anything. The big story last night for us, portfolio-wise, eBay. It's kind of funny because I even said this last night. eBay does well, Facebook doesn't. Facebook's down 1%, eBay's up 5%. So eBay's going to outrun Facebook, it looks like. We got more earnings tonight. It's going to be big. Microsoft, Google. There's a bunch of names. Starbucks. There's a whole bunch of them. So, we're in the meat of it. And the other big number is Apple next week. I think it's Tuesday. Those are the tech earnings. If those earnings don't, move this market, I'm not sure what will. And I'm not sure they can, to be quite honest. So, my take here, I'm going over to look and see if I should take my money on that SPXU. It looks like I probably should. So I'm going to take my money on it now as I'm talking to you. It looks like I can get 34.12, so I just took it. All right. There's just nothing interests me out here. All we're doing is flopping around. So at some point, it will make sense to do something. Right now, the only thing that makes sense is don't get yourself in trouble and, sit here and get thrashed back and forth on this market. Because if you do, you're going to end up just, burning your account for nothing. And you're going to end up with nothing. So, my take here is, save your money, find other things to play with. The other thing I've been looking at, I told you about, is the oil market and the gold. Gold yesterday got smoked, and I got hit on it because I'm just long those gold stocks. The oil, though, is trying to roll over. The key spot here on the roll back is going to be this test as it comes into this bar right here. So, if it rolls underneath that, this thing's got a long way to go back down. If it, I would not be surprised to see it get some sort of a small bounce here and then potentially fail again, or maybe test that top one more time. It's still been trying to test this top. So, and it doesn't have much more to go here before we decide are we going to get a bounce or not. A failed bounce would be an ideal short, wherever it fails. Of course, if it just rolls over, it makes it even harder to make the trade, though, because the risk rises on you. Okay. I'll be around, be kind of busy today, but I'll try to check in as we get going. See ya.